Good morning, gardening friends. Today is Sunday, March 30th, and this is part A of a two-part video today because right now it is absolutely pouring outside. It is beautiful. So I can't go outside just yet, but it's supposed to clear up later this afternoon, so I'll do the outside video then. But stuff you can see from here, spring is definitely here. I don't know if you can make it out, but I have blooms on my blackberry bushes, which are on the fence. You can still see my thalia daffodils are blooming. I spent the week doing a lot of stuff, but one of the things I did was rejig the plants here in the front porch. I moved my the pitcher plant, the Nepenthes, out back to spend the summer out back, and I planted this pothos in its place. I cut back the nun's orchid, and at least for now, tucked it in that back corner. I repotted this thing, which I can never remember the name of. I think it's, now I don't even want to take a guess. But a friend gave me a cutting of that. And of course my coleus is still doing well, so I just kind of rearranged all that. Refreshed a lot of the pots and the potting soil. This flower is still doing well. The epicea. Staghorn fern still doing fine. I've got one blossom left on my fuchsia. I'm going to have to move that into a sunnier location, just haven't figured out where just yet. But it has been an eventful week. I did finally accept the bid for some work to be done on the garage. It's going to be, the siding is going to be replaced, or at least the damaged siding replaced, and it's going to be painted. It's going to be painted white trim, and the actual body of the garage is going to be painted a turquoise. Quite similar in color to Miracle-Gro, those of you that are familiar with that. But it is absolutely pouring outside right now, and we do need the rain. One of the things I did was I fertilized everything. I must have put out about 100 pounds of fertilizer. I know I used 40 pounds of fertilizer just for the palm trees. And then I bought about 6 bags of hollytone. And the hollytone I used on my gardenias, of course I have 2 hollies, on my hollies. I used it on all of my camellias and azaleas. And I got plant tone that I used on my tea olives, garden tone on the potager, and I have slow release granular fertilizer that I put in most of my potted plants. So it was a week of fertilizing in readiness for all of this rain. So basically everything in the yard has been fertilized, and hopefully this rain will help soak it in the ground. The other thing I did this week is get back to my Polish roots, and I made some chikwa, which is we called it that. I don't know what the real name is in Polish, but it's a horseradish and beet mixture. I do a shortcut method. You can probably tell the jar if any of you have bought pickled beets before. I get the whole pickled beets and grate them. I took 2 jars actually, and a large chunk of horseradish, fresh horseradish that I grated, and then add a little bit of vinegar and some sugar. And of course it has to refrigerate for a while. I also made another container of that and froze it for use later. But we always had that every Easter. We'd have it with kibasi, and we'd have it with hard-boiled eggs. I've been eating it with hard-boiled eggs so far. Big news of the week was hard-boiled eggs at Rouse's. If you live in the neighborhood, a dozen of large are $3.89. You're not going to get cheaper than that, so I stocked up on eggs. But that's about it for now. Like I say, once when the rain stops, I'll show you all the work that's been done outside. There's a lot was done. Miss Mimi is asleep in bed. But for now, I will leave you of the rain, a picture of the rain, and I will talk to you later today. Take care.